All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the North Dallas Plano Career Focus Group. It's June 27th, 2025. We're glad you're with us on this last Friday of June. Please note this event is being recorded and will be uploaded to the Career USA YouTube channel to view in the future. By participating in this event, you give consent for your name and picture to appear. Please note that any comments you put in the Zoom chat window will not appear in the recording. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Jeff Morris. Since 2007, I've been facilitating and leading the North Dallas Plano Career Focus Group. This group's been around since the late 1990s. I took it over in 2007 when the prior leader landed a job. In 2008, I started a website called careerdfw.org, a website to help those unemployed in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And in 2012, I launched careerusa.org to help those around the United States. I have written a book called What I've Learned About Your Job Search That You May Not Know. It is available on Amazon, or I have copies with me. And since 2017, I've been a member of the practice interview team, also known as the PIT crew. Don't wait until you have an interview scheduled to practice interviewing. Come practice with the PIT crew. Our agenda this morning, I'll start with success stories. I know we've got one landing for sure. We'll then talk about job leads, our 30-second introductions, committee reports, hear from the interview success workshop, the practice interview team, and the career tip of the week. And then I'll have our main event around the top of the hour. So we'd like to start meeting off with good news. We have a landing. Come on up and tell us your landing. For those of you who are here, we have donuts, so it's more, come next time and join us. So Hilbert, go ahead. Yep, just push it up.
Good morning. I'm Hilbert Taylor, software development engineer in test, and I've landed. Yes, it's had been a 6-month emotional roller coaster where I have to go up and down, having almost onboarding to not hire. The company is Autonomous Solution Inc. at the Alliance Center in Fort Worth, and they are still hiring. They have a lot of opening in their website. During the interview, they told me that they are about to finish with the full-time employee, and they will start with contractor. That means you have a lot of position. And when I was in their recruiting event here in Texas, a lady come in and said she was doing a salesperson. They said, no, the marketing and the administration will be on August. But they still interview her. I don't know what her becoming, but still, that tells me that the office is about to get crowded. They're still hiring a lot. Please check their website, ASI on LinkedIn mainly. They are on LinkedIn, not on the website. They are on LinkedIn, ASI Autonomous Solution Inc. Yes, the process. I would like to thank everyone in this room and everyone online, because people start talking to me as troublemaker, because I always pick on everyone here and trying to laugh. So, and that has helped me a lot. Knowing that I wake up in the morning and come here and talk to people and relieve the stress. Because sometimes I work in the morning, you don't know what to do, you have bill to pay, and you come here, you see people like you, smiling with you, talking about the job lead, that really gives you the power to continue. And seeing that you can help other people, talk to people, talk them, the road is maybe bumpy, but you will keep on, you will arrive someday as I'm doing now. I would like to specially thank, what's the name again? Oh, yes, I did it now. World Glass. Yes, sorry, sir, for, putting on you that way, because he has helped me. The interview workshop, please sign up for that. Sign up for that, because you learn a lot about yourself, how you are speaking, and he gives you the trick you use to take control of an interview. Sorry, I'm long. I will share this trick I learned from him, the package he sent out. They will ask you at the interview, please tell me about yourself. Generally, we jump in and start reciting what we memorize. He told me that before saying that, say, hey, I'm excited about this position. I believe that I have the knowledge, the skill, and the attribute to significantly contribute to your team. Just that sentence, those two sentences, smooth the house, make people start smiling. You say it with smile, people will follow your lead. And then you say whatever you want to say about yourself. At the end, the next question was, now that I told you something about myself, will you please tell me the top three characteristics about the ideal candidate? That question by itself allows you to take control of the interview. In my case, they start saying, one, we need a candidate that do X, Y, Z. Second, a candidate that can do this. The third, that we can go to the moon. Oh, yes, I remember when I was at this, I did this, you do the star story. You do that. Secondly, when I was here, the star story again. And third, when you need to go to the moon, I did this. And by the time we finish, we start interacting with them. As you are talking, they're asking about what you are talking, not what they're asking. Because they gave you the lead, and then you start talking about it. That has really helped me a lot. And during the past 3 weeks, I have 4 interviews for 2 different companies. And I did the same thing. The first one, they come back to me and tell me, hey, Hilbert, the teams believe that you have the technical skill, but that did not sync up with you on the soft part. I went back and meet Peter Leahy there at Southern Focus Group. He told me, hey, Hilbert, your most powerful attribute is your smile. Keep on smiling to people. Talk to them, laugh with them, make them be happy. They will love you. In the second interview, I did all what you guys gave me, and now I'm landed. My name is Hilbert Taylor Nzia. Thank you.
Thank you. So how many interviews did you have?
Over all this period, I have around, I will say, I had at least when I started this process in February, every month I had at least 2 interviews. That means I will go around 8 interviews.
And for this particular job?
It was, I will say 2.5 because, because they posted the position online. I went in, they asked about the assessment, technical assessment. I did it, I was not supposed to. They came to my position and I went to the job fair. They picked someone with a list of questions to read to me and me answer and them answering to the system. That was it. But the real interview, I have 2 rounds.
Jason wants to know, how did you find out about the opportunity?
At Southwest Focus Group, there was an alumni. He got hired over there. He went there and said, hey, ASI is hiring. Autonomous Solution INC is hiring. So I went to their LinkedIn, and that's where I get contact to people over there. And I was able to get in touch with the HR and the recruiting team. That's where I get invited to the event in Fort Worth. Even after the event, the HR person left the company. So I was forgotten. My person asked the guy in the company, what's happening? He said, hey, call this recruiter. And I went to LinkedIn, find him, and send him the message. And from there, it started all over again. That's where I get the position.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we like to say, hopefully we'll never see you again here. That's the goal.
Trust me, whenever I have a minute, I will come here just to take a round because I meet a lot of great person here. It's not just because I'm doing career transition. I will keep on coming here whether I have job or not, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Anybody else? Any other landings? Anybody online? All right. What we'd like for everybody to do who's online right now, open up the chat window. I know some of you have already done that. please put in your name, position you're looking for, give us your email address, your LinkedIn address, phone number so we can contact you, what city you're watching from. Tell us 2 or 3 target companies that we can help, try to help you with. And then if you got connections at certain companies, please tell us what those are. Some of you have already put that in the chat window. Thank you. We'll put 30 seconds on the clock to get started here. Yeah, well, I think somebody's down there. All right, if you're still typing stuff in, please continue to do that. That'll be great. What we want to do now is grab everybody here in the room first, and we'll have everybody do their 30-second introductions. So if you want, come grab the microphone. Yep.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Jenny Holcomb. I'm looking for a brand or category manager position, and I need contacts at Sazerac Wines or Southern Glacier Spirits. And I have contacts at Army Air Force Exchange Service. My name is Jenny Holcomb.
Thanks, Jenny. Good morning. My name is Rob Swan, spelt just like the bird. I'm looking for project management or manager of operations roles. I'm looking for contacts at Keurig Dr. Pepper, Caterpillar, or Toyota. I have contacts at Interstate Batteries. And again, my name is Rob Swan. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Becca Alexander. That's Becca with a K. And I'm looking for executive roles in transformation management or portfolio management. I'm looking for contacts at Keurig Dr. Pepper and Yum brands in Plano. And I have contacts at PepsiCo. My name is Becca with a K, Alexander.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Paul Husar. That's H-U-S-A-R. I'm a Director VP of Customer Service or Technical Support. I can help with contacts at LG. I'm Paul Husar.
Good morning. My name is Tim Farrell. I'm looking for work as an electrical design verification. My target companies would be any national defense contractor. Also applied for work this week at Elbit America, Airbus, and GE Aerospace. I have contacts at Raytheon. And once again, my name is Tim Farrell.
Thank you, Tim.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Johanna Wade. I'm looking really right now, I'm trying to figure out what is it that I really want to do because I have various skills in IT, business analyst, IT manager, contract management, accounts payable. And so I'm trying to determine which role I really want to do. I feel I can do all of them. So I'm kind of open to those. I need contacts I'm interested in American Airlines. I'm interested, I mean, there are other companies, but I just haven't determined that. I'm new to this after 20 years. I have contacts at the Internal Revenue Service. And again, my name is Johanna Wade.
Thank you.
We've all been there. Good morning, everyone. My name is Christy Grant Coleman. I am looking for a director of learning management, learning and development positions. Don't need any contacts. Oh, actually, I do. Contact at Highmark Residential. Once again, my name is Christy Grant Coleman.
Thank you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Richie Morris. I'm looking for creative leadership positions at an in-house organization. Job titles are creative director, director of creative services, director of brand. I'm looking for contacts at children's medical let's see, who's Children's Medical, Paylocity, and Capital One. And I have contacts at Mary Kay. And again, my name is Richie Morris. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Good morning, everybody. My name is William. Yep, we're on. My name is William McLaughlin, currently seeking a business analyst role and currently looking for contacts at Dave and Buster's and GameStop. Again, my name is William McLaughlin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kevin Klimzik. I'm looking for senior manager or director roles in CPG with transformation or customer management. I need contacts at Dr. Pepper or Bimbo, and I have contacts at PepsiCo. Again, my name is Kevin Klimzik.
Good morning. My name is David Coward, and I'm looking for a senior client account director position. I need contacts at Gartner, Korn Ferry, Intuit, and let's see, Franklin Covey. And I have contacts at IBM and PwC. Again, my name is David Coward.
Good morning. My name is Miguel Castillo. I'm looking for a VP Director of Finance in the financial planning and analysis space. Need contacts at Caterpillar and Michaels, and have contacts at American Airlines and Amazon. My name is Miguel Castillo.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tammy Woody. I am looking for supply chain management procurement roles. I don't have any contacts. I'm not looking for any contacts right now. And again, my name is Tammy Woody.
Morning, everybody. My name is William Artsberger. I also go by Bill, and looking for a role as like an equity analyst or something like that. I have the CFA designation by training, and looking for contacts at Charles Schwab and Fidelity, and I do know somebody at IBM.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tiffany Ford. I am looking for opportunities as an HR business partner, manager, or director. I'm looking for contacts at Haynes and Boone's law firm and CVS. Again, my name is Tiffany Ford.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lolita E. Johnson. I am a licensed dyslexia therapist, also double certified. I'm looking for school districts that need a contract dyslexia therapist. I have contacts at several dyslexia training schools. As a matter of fact, I know one of the owners of a training school. My name again is Lolita E. Johnson.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mike Belzil. So I'm looking for a director of product management role. So I need contacts at USAA, Toyota, or Keurig Dr. Pepper. So I have contacts at Walmart, Circana, or Epsilon. So my name is Mike Belzil.
Good morning. I'm Todd Haney. I'm a customer success and implementation specialist. I'm looking for contacts at Tyler Technologies, Caterpillar, and the other one escapes me right now because I'm tired. I have contacts at various North Texas independent school districts if you need such a thing. Thank you. My name is Todd Haney.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony Autry. I'm a senior retail operation and merchandiserist. I help company drive tremendous great sales at the same time outstanding profit and reducing costs. I worked for Walmart for 16 and a half years. The gentleman looking for a contact for Bimbo, I have a contact there for you.
Bimbo.
Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Arkan Youssef. I'm a certified fraud examiner and a financial analyst. Looking for contacts with Intuit, but otherwise, please, you can connect with me at LinkedIn. I'm more than happy to help with anything I can help with. Have a great day.
Thank you. Anybody else in here want to go? Yeah, well, I'm not going to make you go if you don't want to. All right. All right, let's go online. Nicole Duncan.
I'm Nikki Duncan. I'm looking for chief of staff or director of operations type roles, remote preferably. And I don't have any specific company. I'm industry agnostic. I just want work that matters. So there you go. Call me, ping me if I can help anybody.
Thank you. Michelle Hawk.
Good morning, everyone. This is Michelle Hawk. I have extensive views in accounts receivable, cash posting, and deposits. I recently got a certificate in medical billing and coding, and landed a job with some dental surgeons doing insurance verification and payment posting. I'm looking for a contact in CVS, and what I want to do, somebody else mentioned CVS a while ago. I'd like to connect with you. I would like to get a group of people to go and visit CVS with me who are interested in them, and we're going to have a career day. But anyhow, this is Michelle Hawk, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Kevin Nelson.
Hi, my name's Kevin Nelson. I'm an industrial engineer and I'm seeking a position in manufacturing operations. I have a track record of implementing projects that bring forth better efficiency and cost savings. I also have an expertise in planning, scheduling, purchasing, and inventory control. And my name is Kevin Nelson.
Thank you. Adrian.
Hello. Can you hear me, please?
We can. Go ahead.
Okay, hello. My name is Adrian Janko, a PhD in electrical engineering from Howard University. I'm looking for a research and development position in cybersecurity, semiconductor, and artificial intelligence. My target company are Amazon, AMD, Qualcomm, Samsung, Sony. Those are mostly semiconductor industry. And I have contact at Howard University. Again, my name is Adrian Janko.
Thank you. Brian McGovern.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian McGovern. I'm looking for a HR coordinator or benefits coordinator position. I am targeting Willis Tower Watson, Spectrum, say Charter Communications, Southern Glazers, and Keurig. I have connections at Mr. Cooper, Korn Ferry, and Hilton. Once again, my name is Brian McGovern.
Thank you. Lewis.
Good morning. I'm Louis Groover. I'm the event guy. I look for positions that start with event, meeting, or trade show and end with coordinator, director, manager, or planner, as well as look at account management and sales support positions. My target companies are Cvent, Shepard Expositions, Merritt's, and Gartner. I have contacts at a wide variety of companies. So if you connect with me, please feel free to see if I have a connection at where you're looking at. Again, my name is Louis Groover. I am the event guy.
Thank you. Don Jones.
Good morning. I'm Dawn Jones. I am a quality manager with experience in risk and opportunity management. I ensure compliance and turn complex challenges into clear, cost-effective solutions driven by data, relationships, and results. Info's here. Welcome to Opportunity to Connect. Again, my name is Dawn Jones.
Thank you. Ellen Kander. Ellen. All right, let's try Aaron.
Is that me, Jeff?
Yes, that's you.
Okay. My name is Erin Abood. I'm looking for positions that deal with managing vendors to customer success manager operation roles where I can help solve complex problems. I can streamline processes and procedures and improve revenue. I have contacts, sorry. Just check my profile and happy to connect. If I know anyone, I'm happy to do an introduction. My name again is Erin Abood.
Thank you, Jason.
Good morning and happy Friday, all. Sorry I couldn't make it there today, but I'm working my way. My name's Jason Irish, and I'm working my way through licensing to become a financial advisor with Thrivent Financial, where I've soft landed. I do have contacts at Thrivent Financial, the largest not-for-profit financial services company, as well as at whoever it was that was at, I think it was William or somebody that was looking for Schwab and Fidelity. I have connections there, as well as several other financial services firms and with other banks. I think there was somebody looking for Samsung. Connect with Chris on that, and there was somebody else that was looking for USAA, Mike. Connect with whoever it was that was interviewing a couple months ago, going through the interview. Connect with me, and I'll help you get connected. My name's Jason Irish.
Thank you, Kathy Dixon.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kathy Dixon. I'm a senior level technical writer with extensive experience documenting all kinds of IT software, hardware, applications, system, processes and procedures, run books, you name it. If it's IT documentation, I can do it. Kathy Dixon, senior tech writer.
Thank you, Randall Christopher.
Good morning. My name is Randall Christopher. I'm looking for a logistics auditor or analyst position in the technology or telecommunications industry. My target companies include Honeywell and Mitsubishi HC Capital America, and I have contacts at Samsung Electronics America. Again, my name is Randall Christopher.
All right, Ellen Kander.
Hi, Jeff. I'm sorry. Last name Carter, but anyway, so hey, good morning, everyone. And my name is Ellen Carter, and I'm an executive in the global strategic sourcing, procurement, and supply chain optimization. So my career, I've helped the companies are saving millions of dollars and impact the bottom line. So that's my passion. So I'm looking for director in the indirect procurement, supply chain optimization, and also the senior director level. So I have contacts at Performance Food Group, Caterpillar, and Neovia, and many companies. Feel free to get linked in with me and look at my profile. And if there's anything I can help you guys, happy to do it. So anyway, thank you guys. And my name is Ellen Carter.
Thank you, Rosina.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rosina Gallman, and I am your Career Tip of the Week host. So I'll see you again in a few minutes. I'm currently looking for a position as a senior talent acquisition partner or senior recruiter position, and I need contacts at USAA, TIAA, T-Mobile, and Gartner. And I have contacts at a variety of different places, so I'll reach out to you directly as I hear them. And again, my name is Rosina Gallman, Senior Talent Acquisition Partner or Senior Recruiter position. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Shalacy.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Happy Friday, everyone. Shalacy Sanye. I also go by Shay. I have contacts at KPMG and Prudent Technology. I'm interested in roles such as business analysis, process continuous improvement, project specialist. My target companies are 7-Eleven, Bank of America, and Digital Realty. And feel free to connect with me. Looking forward to connecting and hopefully collaborating. Again, Shalacy Shay Sanye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Scott Alexander.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Alexander. I'm looking for a senior product owner position in the tech field. Don't have any target companies this week. I have very limited contacts at AT&T. My name is Scott Alexander.
Thank you. Shonda.
Hello, my name is Chandra Thomas. I'm looking for administrative analyst position. I need contacts at United Health, Nestle, and Blue Cross Blue Shields. I don't have contacts with anyone at this time. Again, my name is Chandra Thomas.
All right, thank you. Did I miss anybody else who's online?
Michael Wilk.
Oh, go, Michael.
Hello, I am Michael Wilk. I'm looking for a position as a senior or lead quality engineer or quality manager. I have extensive experience in aerospace and defense. My target companies include Collins, SNC, and Boeing. I have contacts at L3 Harris and Raytheon. I'm a veteran with top secret clearance. I am Michael Wilk.
Anybody else online? All right, we've gotten every.
Jeff,
Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. These people that are in person, do
Yes.
they go on there on chat and put their information on the chat so we can connect with them?
Well, you'll get the roster this afternoon. It has everybody's contact information on it. So that's the best way. There's no way for me to put everybody's information here physically to get it in the contact window. So you'll get the roster with everybody's information this afternoon.
I'm gonna say, because I got a neat idea about going out and meeting the companies in person, and it sounds to me like we have a lot of people going with the same targets that should be doing the same thing, going out and have little tours with within these companies.
Right, right. Okay, let's see here. I don't see any recruiters online, so we'll skip that part. Let's go to the interview success workshop.
Morning, everyone. Walt Glass. I represent the free interview success workshop. So what do? I enjoy helping people gain skills and confidence for a successful hiring interview. Now, it takes a little practice, takes a little work, takes a little preparation. Well, substitute the word lot instead of little for interviewing, right? So it's a very informal workshop. If you really want to know how it works, ask Christy. She attended this week. She's still alive. She's here. Everything's going well. And so she can tell you kind of how it goes. But it's very informal. It's a learning interview. And we're learning how to sell ourselves. And I developed a model, it's 25 and a half years ago now. What are we selling? And it's who we are, what we do, and how we help. So it's a culture fit. It's an experience, a skills fit, and it's a value fit. Here's what I can help you do. And what are they most interested in? How we can help them. But it has to be a culture fit too. And if the culture doesn't fit, then the rest doesn't matter. So all three are important as we go through selling ourselves. Look me up on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn page has my contact information on my banner page. Something that I might suggest that you do, at least during your job search time, so you can make it easy for people to reach you. And my About section tells you and gives you some details about the workshop. I do it online. I usually do it on Tuesdays. And I've suspended registration. It'll be another couple of weeks at least before I start registering people again, but I got a list of people to contact. When you contact me, when you send in that request, please include your phone number so that I know how to reach you. Email, not working out so well for me, so I'm going to phone these days. I send out 8 emails, I get 3 back, and I got to record who I sent them to and what I said, and I just call you now. So be sure to put your phone number on. I'd be glad to help you out. And I also appreciate what's his name said about the workshop earlier this morning. And so as he was giving comment, that was Hilbert. So are we tired of redeployment as we are seeking employment? Well, I don't want to be rude, but we got to keep that positive attitude. It's the shorter path to employment. I am Walt Glass.
Thank you. Pit crew.
I've been nominated to announce pit crew. I'm also a panelist on the pit crew. I've been a panelist on the pit crew going on 9 years now since I'm retired. And the pit crew is a great place to practice a real interview. Yes, Ron Layton runs the group. He calls it, he says it's not really a practice. Well, I disagree. I think it really is a practice because if you're getting up and answering questions, responding, so every practice we get better. Now that's my motto. His motto is practice early, practice often, which is great because you don't want to wait. I got an email last night, 10 o'clock, says I got an interview Monday and Tuesday, and I need help, right? And so what kind of help can you get somebody over the weekend, you know, to make much of a difference? So sign up. He's got there'll be some information on some slides towards the end of or DallasPitCrew.com where you can go get some information about that. But it's a mock interview. How many people have hired people before? And how many people, raise your hand still, have you also fired people before? You are a candidate for a panelist in the pit crew. That's one of the requirements that Ron has. We're always looking for panelists. There's 2 or 3 of us that are retired that are panelists, and there's several that are not. Paul is one of our panelists. We have others that are panelists here. So if you would like to be a panelist, now the requirement for that is you have to observe at least one, see how it processes, see how it goes, because panelists do 1-2 hours research on the job description, the resume, and the company that you have. So we try to make it as realistic as possible for your interview. So sign up for that. I strongly suggest you practice that. How many times do you think you ought to practice an interview before you gain confidence? As many as possible. All right. And so I remember when Arcan, right? Arcan jumped into the pit crew. He came out of the Doge effort, you know, and now he's looking for a job and he's looking at the commercial marketplace from the federal marketplace and all that sort of thing. And he just jumped right in, you know, and came out and did it. Were you glad you did it? Absolutely. All right. So just do it. Yeah. All you can do is learn. It's all you can do is learn. Okay. We don't have security to carry you out if you don't do right. So don't worry about it. But anyway, so they meet on Wednesdays, 1 to 3. It's here actually in this room on the 4th Wednesday of the month. It is online only. So go to the Career USA YouTube, the careerdfw.org channel. Jeff will talk about that a little more at the end. Look up the calendar. You look up Wednesday at 1 o'clock and it'll give you more information and also the link for the 4th Wednesdays, which we just had. William.
So as I know, just like there's a massive wait list for your interview success workshop, I'm also hearing there's a massive wait list for the pit crew. Can you confirm that?
I don't have the exact numbers, but yes, there's always a lot of demand for the pit crew. One of the things the pit crew does, it has generally at least 3 different interviews a week, and we separate into 3 different rooms, and you can come and observe, you know, so you can submit yourself as a candidate. But we're generally full 2-3 weeks in advance, you know, with the pit crew. And if we schedule too far out, too many things happen, too many things changes, calendars change all the time, and so it becomes a nightmare. Anybody want to be a free admin for the interview success workshop? I need an admin. I'm not used to doing all those details. Okay, that's it. Yes, another question, Paul? Oh, that's right. Pit crew is the 4th of July week next week. So pit crew is not meeting. Thanks, Paul. It's not meeting. And we're not meeting next Friday either, as a matter of fact, okay? So if you get here and you don't see the sign on the door, go find lunch someplace. You can get invited. I don't know about South Lake. Online only. Okay. Thank you much.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. It's time for the career tip of the week. Good morning, Rosina.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, everybody. All right. This week's tip of the week, we are wrapping up our learning on how to use hashtags. So this week's tip of the week article is Top LinkedIn Hashtags for 2025, a complete guide by Draftly. Mastering LinkedIn hashtags in 2025 is crucial for increasing content visibility and engaging the right audience, whether you're job searching, marketing, or personal branding. Hashtags act as a categorization tool. It increases visibility beyond immediate networks, targeting niche audiences, facilitating participation in conversation, and building authority. So why LinkedIn hashtags matter? Well, first, increasing visibility. Hashtags allow content to be discovered by professionals outside of your immediate network. The next reason would be for targeting niche audiences. Specific hashtags connect you with specialized industry groups. Next reason would be joining conversation. You want to look at LinkedIn posts to trending topics that enables participation in active discussions. And then next, you want to build authority. Consistent use of relevant hashtags establishes thought leadership. Now, some of the top LinkedIn hashtags for 2025 to maximize your LinkedIn presence, prioritize trending hashtags that resonates with your target audience. There are two types. There are general hashtags, and then there are niche specific hashtags. Some of the ones that are very popular are broad and widely followed for overall visibility, and that would be hashtag leadership, hashtag job search, hashtag marketing, hashtag AI, and hashtag technology. Those are the general hashtags. And then niche specific hashtags, those are more specialized for highly targeted audiences, such as hashtag remote work, hashtag personal branding, hashtag finance, hashtag healthcare, and hashtag sustainability. Now, how to use hashtags. You want to combine general and niche hashtags to broaden your reach while maintaining relevance. So for example, a post on AI's impact on marketing could use hashtag marketing, hashtag AI, and hashtag digital transformation. Now, finding trending hashtags. There are a couple of ways to do that. You want to first look in LinkedIn's search bar. You type a keyword and select the hashtag tab to see relevant hashtags and follow those counts. Next, you want to follow relevant hashtags. Explore and follow hashtags aligning with your content and the goals that you generate for new ideas. Next, there's a hashtag generator tool like Draftly, and they can suggest tailored hashtags for optimal visibility. And then lastly, you want to learn from influencers. And so by doing that, you can observe hashtag strategies of top LinkedIn profiles in your industry. Now, hashtag quantity and industry specific strategies. Well, for optimal results, you want to limit yourself to 3 to 5 hashtags per LinkedIn post to avoid clutter. When you're tailoring hashtags to your industry, you want to market them. And so if you're looking at hashtags to your industry for marketing, you could use digital marketing or content creation or SEO. For job seekers, you could use job search, resume tips, or career growth. For healthcare, you can use healthcare, med tech, or wellness. And for financial advisors, you can use finance, investments, wealth management. Those are just some common suggestions. And then tips for effective hashtag use. You want to first stay relevant. So always choose hashtags that directly relate to your content. Next, you want to mix popular and niche hashtags. So you want to combine broad hashtags such as hashtag leadership with specific ones such as hashtag tech leadership. You want to engage with hashtags by actively commenting on posts using the same hashtags to increase visibility and foster connections. You want to also analyze performance. So monitor which hashtags drive the most engagement and adjust your strategy accordingly. And lastly, you want to experiment and adapt. So hashtag trends evolve. So continuously experimenting and refining your approach will help you to have effective hashtag use. Now, mastering LinkedIn hashtags is a critical step for professional growth in 2025. enhancing your visibility, connecting with peers, and establishing expertise. Go out and use a lot of these hashtags that are just mentioned in this article to see which ones combine best together, give you a lot of different results, but just basically adapt your strategies to find best results for you and your particular job search or industry. Again, this article is top LinkedIn hashtags for 2025, a complete guide by Draftly. Enjoy your weekend, everybody, and then enjoy all of next weekend as well, because we'll be able to have a little time off. So not excited at all, no. All right, well, take care, everybody.
Thank you very, very much. All right, today for lunch, we're going to go to Country Burger, 3115 West Parker Road. It's on the northwest corner at Parker and Independence. Burger, salad, chicken sandwiches, more. Come join us. We'll take a head count here at the end to see how big a table we need to try to put together. If you want to receive today's materials, please make sure that you've signed up. Either mark yourself in on the roster back in the back, or for anybody who's brand new, be sure to fill out one of the little slips of paper so that you're new, so we can get you added to the contact list. What you'll get is the speaker presentation today, a link to the YouTube channel with today's presentation, so you can go back and watch it. You'll get a copy of the career tip of the week and a copy of the Zoom chat, which I'll go through and clean up for everybody this afternoon. So as long as I can legibly read what you written, you'll be added to the roster you'll get. And look on that roster too, because there's three tabs. There's one is the current active roster, people who've been here in the last 90 days. The second tab are those people who we've lost contact with. They've haven't been here in the last 90 days and older. And then the third one is alumni, people who've landed. You can do a Control F, put in the company you're looking for, and hopefully find somebody who you're interested in connecting with. They've all been here before. Everybody's on the roster is here. If you reach out to somebody and they don't help you, please let me know and I'll take care of them, okay? All right, these people here I don't have any contact information for. So if you're on this list, please give me an email address minimally so I can get you added to the roster. I'll add names, but if I don't have I'll leave everything else blank, whatever else I don't have. Okay.
Just forgot to say something. This is Walt Glass again. I have a great memory. It just doesn't last very long. And so I was supposed to ask Jared, came through these meetings, the pit crew, the workshop years ago, and is now applying for graduate school, and he needs help in applying to graduate schools. And so if anybody can help do that, contact me. Look me up on LinkedIn. My phone number, email address is there, and I'll get you set up with Jared. He has helped a lot of job seekers in between as well. He's a great guy. So thanks.
Thank you very much. All right, it's time for our main event. Today, Debbie Mrazek is with us. She's the president of the Sales Company, a Texas-based firm that's helping hundreds of entrepreneurs, individuals, and corporations better assess, understand, and engage in practical and purposeful selling. She designs and delivers sales programs as well as conducts individual and team coaching. She's also a speaker and author of the Field Guide to Sales and a conference facilitator. I love her little comments she puts on here. You don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great. So let me give Debbie the microphone and
we love you. Y'all are going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Okay, sweetheart, how does this work? Around my neck. Yes, exactly. Welcome to the real world. We do prizes here. Hi, how is everybody? Okay, do y'all mind if I apologize to the people online first? This is my worst nightmare, having to stand in one place. Okay, so if you lose me here, I'm here. I love you, but I'm not good about standing in one place. Although Jeff has me hooked by wire here, so I can't go very far. Okay, so bear with me. Good morning. How is everyone? I love it. I love it. Hey, Walt, somebody new just came. Would you give them a set of handouts there, please? Thank you. Okay, so as you all were doing your introductions, Anna and Mr. Castile, you both talked about American Airlines. One of you knows them, one of you wants to know them. Raise your hands. Anna? Yes, yes. So you all will connect. Excellent. And then Lolita and Todd, you talked about wanting school districts and knowing school districts. Raise your hands. Very good. See, hey, the people in the room are getting an A already. Yes, well, good morning. I did not expect this today. How many of y'all have done something in your career and you did it? You didn't think anything about it, but then you found out later somebody else was paying attention? Yeah. Well, I just found that out this morning. I want to share with you all. I go to Custer Road United Methodist Church, and this was back, it's been almost 24 years ago. And you know, the tech bust. And in Plano, many people work in the technology sector. Well, at Custer Road United Methodist, nobody's from Plano. Nobody. And so our church always talks about, you know, we're family. We're there for each other. Okay. I've belonged to the church since '86. So I'm sitting in the pew on Sunday morning. We have 6 people unemployed in our church. And our minister did not mention it from the pulpit. We're supposed to be a family, helping one another. Well, I was like a Tasmanian devil by the time church was over. And my husband, because our church still, you know, you walk down the middle of the aisle and you have to shake the minister's hand nicely. Yeah, that guy. And my husband's going, please, 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 please be nice. Please be nice. And it's like, I get up there and I have his hand and I'm like, what kind of family are we? We have 6 people unemployed and you don't say a dadgum word about it from the pulpit. And he kind of squinted and looked at me and he said, great, why don't you take care of that? It's like, Paul Goodrich, I'm going to kill you. So the following Sunday evening, we had those 6 people in a room at our church for our first career outreach gathering. So we did this for 3 weeks and they were nice, they were good and all. But on the 4th week, I look up and I could see the front door from the classroom. And I see a gentleman who had been there every week. He sat on the back row, very quiet. I knew him. But walking in the door with him was his wife. Here was his wife. She still had on her Sunday clothes Sunday evening from church on Sunday morning. You've seen her. She had her notebook. She was ready. She is standing by her man. She's there. She walks in the room. I know her too. And she sits in the very middle of the front row. We have all folding chairs. Debbie, I am here to help him. Now she's 5 foot tall. He's 6'4". He's looking at me like, help. Well, okay, who has their dadgum phone on, Walt? Paul, turn those phones off. Turn those phones off. Anyway, so we're sitting there and, you know, just sometimes the grace of God, you know, because my friend was dying. He was just dying. And so we did like you did this morning, Jeff. We went around, we introduced everybody, but it came to me, I don't know where. And I said, you know what? Everybody take out a piece of paper and write down 3 companies you want to go to work for. I don't care why you want to go to work for them. You want to go to work for these 3 companies, write it down, pass it down, and we'll talk about it. So they do. Oh, my heavens, because I pulled his up first, like save this man from his misery. I looked at it and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I stepped up to him, like touching his knees, because he was right on the front row in front of me. And I went, was this your number one company 4 weeks ago? Has this been your number one company for 4 weeks? He went, yes. I said, have you told a soul that this is your number one company? No. This is Sunday evening. I say to him, you will meet this man by bedtime tonight. He had a job by Friday. From that day to this, one of my things I give back in my company is I teach this program or this class at career outreach programs all over the community at different churches. To walk in here this morning and to see you doing this 3-company exercise yourself, I am just like, hallelujah, but I can't sing. So let me tell you all, it is still the most powerful. I did not know Jeff and Walt did this. So you have a blank piece of paper in front of you, and I really would like you, for me, to write down the companies you want and what you want to do, but also put your name and contact information on there, and I will take those with me when I go. Because if I know anybody, I will be glad to introduce you. The other thing is I'm on LinkedIn. And if you go there and you see that I'm connected to somebody there, please don't hesitate to ask me. Here's my opinion about LinkedIn. LinkedIn set itself up. The rules were there to link in with each other. And people say, oh, well, I don't care. Ask. You'll be surprised. Anybody ever help a friend out and go to something that they're doing just to cheer them on? Yes, I had a friend that was doing a LinkedIn class, and it was like, great, I'll go, and I'm there. It was during COVID. We're on Zoom. And she starts the class and said, oh, I'm so excited in class today. We have an early adopter. Well, I thought I knew most of the people in the class, and I'm looking, and like, gosh, I don't know. And she said, Debbie. And I went, what? How am I an early adopter? Well, guess what? I am. There's 40 billion people on LinkedIn. I am number 104,397. I'm an early adopter. I started my career at Texas Instruments selling semiconductors, went on printed circuit boards, contract manufacturing. I can help you invent things and build things, but I'm not usually the early adopter when it comes to actually using them. So the fact that it was LinkedIn, it was like, woo! So go to my LinkedIn. If there's anybody I know there, let me know that you want to know, okay? So today I want to talk about, who do you really know? How many of y'all have asked people outside of this ministry about specific companies to introduce you to them? A couple of you. Ooh, star students. Very good. And were those people fellow colleagues? Yes. Church? Excellent. Very good. How many of y'all know what the rule of 250 is? Nobody? You're my people. The rule of 250 is each and every one of us in here know at least 250 people. And with this particular audience and our friends online here too, I would imagine most of you know more than 250 people. So the way this exercise works, if you've never done it before, is you start with your family. Who's in your family? Who are your friends? Like your personal friends. Who did you go to college with? You were in a sorority, you were in a fraternity, you served in the military, you played sports, you worked at more than one company. Who are all these people? As you can see very quickly, it adds up to more than 250 people. So I had a client, and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if he was here, y'all would like him. He's a sharp guy like Walt, like Jeff. These are good people. But every year, when it came time for the holidays, you should have heard him talking about going home to be with his family. Remember, we talked about nobody from here is from here? Yeah. So this guy wasn't. But this was just this wonderful man. But he talked about these people like they were wolves. So, ladies, how many of y'all getting ready the Monday before Thanksgiving? You're a lunatic? Only me. Okay. Well, I was a lunatic on this Monday before Thanksgiving. He called to see, this is what kind of nice guy he is. Called to wish me and my family a happy Thanksgiving. And so I said to him, have a good time. Oh, you know, it's going to be terrible. You know, I'm just like, you know what? I am really sick of you. I just want you to know grandmas don't live forever. Okay? Let's be clear. Yours isn't going to either. So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to go to grandma's and act like you're at a Chamber of Commerce event. I want you to be nice to people. I want you to talk to people. Ask these people what they do the other 364 days a year. You don't see them. He goes, Mrazek, I hate your guts. And I went, well, I hate your guts. Happy Thanksgiving. Boom. Anybody ever received a voicemail where someone is screaming? I don't mean talking loud. I mean screaming, like a tone, like you don't know who it is at first. Monday morning, 9 o'clock, I have a voicemail, someone screaming, Mrazek, I hate your guts. Call me. Well, now this guy had been my client for 3 years. He's obviously not going to be my client anymore. And y'all don't know me well enough to know I am ornery enough that even if you're not going to be my client, I am going to call you anyway. So I call him. He doesn't say hello or anything. He said, Debbie, what is the #1 company I have been trying to get into for 3 years? I went, well, General Electric. Why? He said, well, guess who my uncle is? I said, I haven't a clue. My uncle is, are you ready? The president of a division of General Electric. I could not hardly help myself before asking, and how long has he been your uncle? 45 years. He was doing business with General Electric within the next couple of months. So who do you know? Anybody ever have a mom that is just a little pistol? Yeah, I have a 5-foot wonder mom. She's gone now, but she's listening. I promise you all. So when I wrote my first book, The Field Guide to Sales, anybody, when you write a book, you send the first copy to your mom, FedEx, overnight, 10 o'clock delivery. It doesn't matter what it costs. Send it. So I do. But here's the deal about Barbara. She would be the one, you know, she was the person who always met the mailman when he came to the door. It's hot out, John. I brought you some water. It's cold out, John. I brought you some tea. You know, it's cold out, John. I brought you cookies. That's my mom. She was just as nice to the FedEx man. So I knew if he rang her doorbell, she'd be there. But guess what? She doesn't call. She does not call. I'm thinking she's dead. About an hour later, she calls and she does not say hello. She usually called me Sunshine. Darling, we have a problem. I'm here at the bookstore with Bill, and Bill does not have any more of these books. Now, the woman is holding the only book in the world it is. They send you one copy. She's got it. And I said, well, Mom, he isn't going to, oh, I don't even want to hear that. Now, you're from Wichita Falls. It's the only bookstore in town, and Bill needs to have this. It has one of those thingies on the back of the book, a barcode. So Bill said, and Bill's laughing. I hear him, and I know him. And he said, let me talk to her. And he said, you know how your mom is about when you say no? I said, trust me, I do. And so what he had done, now, Barbara barely has a high school education. He had gone to the back. He got her the name of the person, the direct phone number, and the specific email to the person who buys these books in New York for this company of bookstores. It's my mother. Yes. So how many of y'all have told your families what you're looking for? Yeah. Yeah. Your friends? Yeah. Yeah. Here's the deal. I want to give you all an assignment on LinkedIn. I want you to send out a LinkedIn, this is to all your people, and tell them you're looking for a new opportunity. And all I want you to say is, I'm looking for a new opportunity. Do you know anybody at 1, 2, 3, those 3 companies? I would so appreciate any referrals. And the most important part of that note is, what can I do to help you? Okay? The way our culture works, and it's not even something I think we're generally conscious of, but when somebody helps you, then you say, what can I do for you? But if you don't, there's something we know, there's an kind of thing. There's something we know about, that doesn't feel the same. Okay? So just do that. Do it to everybody. People know. Here's the thing about it. If you send a note like that, I saw it, and you said to me, for example, Deloitte. But imagine, I don't know anybody at Deloitte, but I know somebody at Ernst & Young. Would that work? Well, probably so. Okay? So it's like, you have to let me ask you this. How many of you all, we knew each other and I called you and said, I need help, do you know anybody at these 3 companies? Would you be offended by my call? Anybody? This is an honest thing, because if you would, then what I'm telling you now is not going to work for you. But the truth is, nobody here in this room said no. Everybody you know is that way. When you are unemployed, when you need help and other people know it, but they don't know what to do for you, they go away from you like the little dog with the tail between his legs, like, I wish I could help, I wish I could help, But when you give them just 3 company names, they don't need to understand your title. They don't need to understand your skills. They live next door to these people. They go to church with these people. They're in T-ball with their kids with these people. They know everybody works. Everybody works. The reason I asked you when he said that about Doge, I have a friend whose friend was in the Defense Department in Washington, and he was coming to Dallas to think about our community here because we have several, government-related companies. And so she asked me if I would meet with him. Without her, she'd bring him to Starbucks, but she was going to sit over here and me. And, so when we did that, he truly was like, dear, he had been in the military before he joined the government. So he had never been like to a networking event, it was like totally deer in the headlights. So we talked about this specifically. You have family. You have friends, you have people who love you, you have people who want to help you, not our government maybe, but other people, And so it was like a whole new thing for him. So people do want to help you. I don't care who you are, what you've done, people want to help you. So how many of y'all already have people that are referring people to you? Who are your referral sources today? From the networking group, the gentleman on the back? Here? Oh, excellent. Yes. So, when people have already referred people to you, let me tell you, they will more than likely refer to you again. So keep in touch. So examples, some people talked about they weren't quite sure what they wanted to do next or yet. So when you figure that out, let people know again. They will want to know, and you don't know who they know. So the rule of 250 for all of us is very important. My whole career was in sales, like I said, selling semiconductors, printed circuit boards, contract manufacturing, those kind of things. And one of the things that I was seeing is people very, very brilliant about what they invented, what they did, but they could not sell. They could not do business development. And so they used their money, grandma's money, whoever gave them money's money, and they had nothing. And so I got into consulting to help people be able to sell. And that's why my give back to you is, I feel like the time we feel least like selling ourselves is when we're in a job search. Yeah. So I'm here to tell you, we're going to act like we're salespeople, we're busting our numbers, and we can find a job. It's like finding another customer. Okay. Yes. And Texas Instruments, in all their wisdom, when I worked for them, you could not do what I always wanted to do was outside sales. You know, I just thought that just looked great. Anybody in here done outside sales? Yes, 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 my people. Yes, I just dreamed that it would just be, ta-da! Well, at Texas Instruments, you could not do outside sales unless you had a degree. So I'm working on my degree. Yes, it took me 8 years. Some of us are slow, but I got it. And 2 weeks later, they sold our division. Yeah, yeah. So what does that mean? You're laid off. But they tell us, they want us, we were in Houston, they wanted us to fly to Dallas on Thursday and meet with the company who bought the division. So we go in and it's like this. They have tables like this set up and people on the side, and then we all had folding chairs out here, and you waited for your name to be called. So I am madder than a wet hen that has taken me 8 years. I can finally get the job I want. And now they sold the division. So I go, y'all remember the day when you could go and take a plane ride and your sweetie could walk you to the door, give you a kiss and tell you have a nice job? That's how old I am. So that is my sweetie explaining to me that we have a mortgage due on the 15th and we have a 2-year-old that needs food. So be nice to those people. So I'm sitting there and, you know, you go in your best suit and your polite sorta, and they call your name, and the gentleman says, you know, he stood, he shook my hand, he was very nice, he was a senior guy at their company, and he said, what would you like to do? It was everything I could do not to spit at him. I said, I would like to be in outside sales, and he said, great, how much would you like to make? I have been making $1,000 a month. So just to be obnoxious, I said 3. And he went, great. Turned the paper around and said, sign here. Okay. And he signed. And he said, what we'd like you to do is show up on Monday morning. And we're going to be in the same building, 8 o'clock. Good? Good. Go sit down. And then the shuttle came, take to the airport. I get off. My husband said, well, what happened? I said, I don't know. Like, you know, what they teach you is to ask for what you want, to be positive about yourself. You know, even when you don't feel it, it's like acting. Okay, I'm Elizabeth Taylor today. I'm acting. I want outside sales. I want to make $3 grand and I want it now, you know, kind of thing. So my husband said, well, maybe you should just show up there on Monday and see if they're there. And, you know, like if you get a check on the 15th, you know, and all. So I do. I still don't understand what happened, but we're there. And, so it's 2 years later. Anybody ever attend a trade show, trade conference for your work and all? And so you've been sent somewhere to do that. So like I've walked down this aisle and came out, and I start to walk down this aisle and I see that man at the end of the aisle. And I'm like, oh my God. So I go about this way and I'll like to go away. And he had seen me. He was walking there and he just was like this. And he just starts walking towards me. And as he walked towards me, he's extending his hand. He goes, Debbie, sir. He said, so what happened that day? I said, sir, I really don't know. And he said, Debbie, out of all the people, we had a list of 5 people we had to hire. It didn't matter what they said, didn't matter what they wanted to do, how much money they want. The only answer we were to give was to get them to say yes and sign that piece of paper. I said, well, that definitely wouldn't have been me, because I'm like the customer service inside salesperson, you know, kind of deal. And he said, oh, it most definitely was you. And I said, sir, I don't think you read your list right. But however, this has worked out great for me. But here was the deal. Who knew every single customer? I did. I did. I had no idea. So from that day to this, I tell you, as I learned through that, whatever it is you want, I want you to ask for it. I want you to be confident with asking for it, even if you have to be Elizabeth Taylor or Robert Redford to do it. Hold your breath, spit it out there, and you might be amazed at what you get. So oftentimes when we're interviewing and talking to people, we're trying to be something we're not. You know, like, what do they want us to be? What only you can be you. I can remember when I started in outside sales, it was in Houston. I don't know how familiar you are with Houston. It's the seismic industry, oil. There had never been women in outside sales. My very first call with the king of purchasing for Dresser Industries, this is no joke. I wrote about it in the book, and he would tell you. I go, I have an appointment, you know, so this is legitimate. Made an appointment, went there. I'm in the door, about to walk in, and he said, you know what? You're real cute, but we don't do business with women. Okay. And I run out of there. I run back to the office. I'm crying, you know, because I had on my Navy suit. I had my new briefcase my family gave me. I had my closed-toed shoe. You know, I was appropriately attired. I had a degree, and I knew semiconductors. But you're real cute. We don't do business with women. And Robert Bruce Smith, that I worked for when I got the office, he said, you know what? That's too damn bad. You need to get out there and figure it out. So at that time, love you engineers that are in here, but the way it worked, yes, the engineers designed it in. And if the engineer signed the piece of paper and said, Debbie did it, Debbie gets the order, you still had to go back to Albert Ramirez and get the PO. Took me 6 months. But I walk in, I did not make an appointment, but I was polite enough to look and make sure nobody was watching. And I went in his office and I just threw the piece of paper on his desk and said, I want my damn PO number. And he, ladies, you would have loved him. He was gorgeous, custom suits, French cuffs, you know, the length, the whole 9 yards. And he's like this, would you please sit? No, I'm not sitting. You know, and he's like, okay. And he turns around and gets a number. He writes it on there and he goes, here, now will you sit? And how do we sit when we're angry? On the very edge of the chair so I can lunge for your neck if necessary. And I said, why? I just couldn't hold it any longer. It's like, why did you do that to me? He said, do you know what you look like? I said, I had on my new suit, my new briefcase, my closed-toed shoes, my white shirt that came from the clean. I looked fine. He said, you didn't look like Leon. I said, what the hell does Leon have to do with anything? Leon looked like every salesman this man had seen for the last 35 years. You know him, engineers, I know. He never sent that tie to the dry cleaners, never shined his shoes and all. And he was a superstar. But here's the deal. I wanted it. I stuck to it. I knew I was right for it. And there had been a wonderful woman who worked at TI, and she said, you know, the sooner you act like you instead of them, this is going to work better. And that was me that day. That was all that was me. Well, the rest of that story was, who in here plays golf? Got a standing appointment on Saturdays. So this is the king of Dresser Industries in Houston. He played golf on Saturday with the king of Schlumberger, Baker Tools, and Texaco every Saturday. He shows up at the golf game the next Saturday and said, has this woman been to your company? And they went, yeah. Like, are y'all doing business with? And they went, nope. And he went, let me tell you, she's the real deal. She did not quit or put up with my crap. Y'all need to see her. I wrote millions of dollars in sales. Be who you are, be patient, don't give up, know your worth, know what you do. Yes, people will figure it out, but you've got to act it, even if you don't feel it. Okay? As my husband would say, you have a mortgage on the 15th and your children don't want to be hungry. And now it's your grandchildren don't want to be hungry. So here's the deal. So when you're out of a job, unfortunately, what happens is it's like we get up, what do we do? You know, I believe that you should get up, you should get dressed. I always call it shower, shave, and Starbucks, you know, and all. But you should get up like you're going to work every day. And what I'm talking about here, creating a plan, having a plan for the day, for the week, for the month. In your job, I understand completely that you don't know every day exactly what you're going to do with your job, but you do know what time to show up. You know what time to leave. You know you're going to have a lunch break. You know you're going to have a couple meetings, you know, those kinds of things. So that's what I'm talking about here. If you have just been going along since you got laid off, I want you to sit down, put together a plan like it's a job. What am I going to do this morning? I'm going to make 5 phone calls, or I'm going to go to 1 event today, or I'm going to have 1 lunch or 1 coffee appointment today. But if you cannot do that at your home, I really want you to get up and go to Starbucks or my favorite place, Whataburger. And, you know, they won't kick you out if you don't buy a Coke. You know, go be somewhere where other people are. There's a certain thing about that energy when you're with other people, different than when you're home in your jammies. Yeah, agreed? Yes. And, you know, the other thing is, you know, sometimes when we don't feel so good about ourselves, you know, being nice to other people, you know, like you go to Starbucks and you open the door and somebody's coming, they walk in, you go, oh, what a beautiful shirt. You know, they smile. You don't know anything about their day or know them, but they feel better. How do you feel when you do something nice for somebody else? Yeah. So who can you do something nice for? You know, I don't care what it is, but do it. Because when we feel less than, we need to do more than. Okay. And the next, you know, you already said you asked your colleagues and everything, but here's a question. What do you want us to say about you? Okay, so you say, Deb, I saw on LinkedIn you were connected to Mary, you know, and I would like to meet her. Great. What do you want me to say to her? And I am so serious about this. And this is something like, think about like homework, like write this down. What do I want Debbie to say? Because the person that y'all just need to know this about me, the person I'm going to talk to, if you and I, Anna, no, Joanna, I'm so sorry. I like Anna too. But Joanna, if you said to me, Debbie, I see somebody here and I would like to meet them. And so this is what I'd like to do. You will have done this assignment and say, this is what I would like you to tell them. Okay, so I'm connected to this person on LinkedIn, their first connection. Now, I may or may not know them well. That to me does not matter on LinkedIn. You are a first connection, we are first connection. I am going to talk to that person like I have known them always. Okay? So you're going to tell me exactly what you want me to say, but I'm going to say, oh my God, I met this incredible woman at Career Outreach Program at Christ United Methodist Church. She was fabulous. She stood up, she did her introduction, she gave her 3 companies and all. This is what you need to know about her. And I'm going to tell her what you said. And I would really like you to meet with her. Do you have time for coffee this week? Now, I'm not going to go with you and her for coffee because I have to work too. But that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be very familiar on my end. But I want you to tell me exactly what it is you've been wanting to tell people and you maybe been afraid to tell them. I want you to tell me exactly what you want them to know. I am a superstar. I did this, we did that. I don't care. I will tell it like I've known you forever. Okay? Tell people what you want them to say. And then, like I said, whoever these referral partners you've had, like, you know, you're saying this is a great group here, come every week. Come every week. Isn't it every week? Not the 4th of July, but the other weeks. Yes, exactly. And by the way, did y'all know today is Happy Sunglass Day? Yes? So we're getting ready for the 4th of July today. So you have 1 week to work on your cute sunglasses, okay? That's why they made the day before the 4th. So here's the deal. How many of y'all belong to professional associations? See, guys, this is part of your 250 as well. So those people in the professional associations do understand what you do. I mean, they really know what you do. And they know companies. And you go, you have their name, you have the number, you have what company. You need to utilize those people. If somebody called you from your professional association and said, I got laid off, do you know anybody? I see you used to work here. Do you still know somebody there? Would you be offended by that call? No. And the thing about professional associations, you know, there's a filter there. These people are your people. They know, and maybe they've been laid off too. And let me just say this, asterisk here. You know, if this is your first time being laid off, like that was mine for TI, it was horrible, I know. But we live in a world today that happens all the time. These companies are coming and going. Whoever dreamed it'd be the government doing this nonsense? But, you know, other companies, it's just a way of life. There is nothing to be ashamed about. And I know we are humans. We feel bad like we did something, but you didn't. It's the way life is. Buck up, buttercup. This is how it is, and it may happen again. And so one of the things, Hilbert left, but you tell him I was talking about him. He actually said this to you all, you know, like this is what he's been doing to get a job. And what did he say? I'm going to keep doing this. This is the deal. What you're learning, what Jeff, what Walt, what they're teaching you, this isn't a one-time something. That you should be doing this all the time. This is how business works. You know, I have an incredible network. I do consulting now. I help other people with their sales. They need something. I have somebody I can call and say, could you help them with this? My clients are like, why do they do these things for you? Well, first of all, I have been doing this for 30 years now. I'm religious about networking. I keep in touch. I don't just call them when I want something. I keep in touch. I go there. You see me in the community. That's how it is. You do it too. People will know you. People will be glad to see you when you walk in. Hilbert is just a dream. I loved him, and I accused him of being a troublemaker the first thing I walked in here this morning because he was sitting on the back row by himself. I assumed all of y'all knew him and didn't want to be with him. Yes. Does he really? Oh,
I'm sorry. I'll just share with the people at home. Hilbert is in the atrium letting people in. And if one happens to go to the restroom, you will still be able to hear Debbie from the atrium.
we love you. But this is true. You do need to be doing these things in good times or bad times. It just doesn't matter. But okay. So we are at church. So, you know, in this building, I know they know the do unto others as you would have them do unto you, you know? Yes. We always need to be giving first, just like today, like we talked about Anna and Mr. Castile, you know, y'all know American Airlines, you can help one another. Give first, give always, give often, but treat other people like you want to be treated. If you were standing up here, how would you want your audience to be? Y'all are lovely today. You know, if you're there, how do you want me to treat you? Yes, you can be good. That doesn't cost anything. It doesn't mean having a job or not. Be good, be giving, be always, because you always have something to give. Okay, so how many of y'all had an interview this week? Ooh. All right, so what did you do to follow up? Email? Okay, good luck. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff.
Mine was scheduled through a recruiter.
Yeah.
So I reached out to the recruiter and said, hey, I want to follow up. Would you prefer sending that through you, or do you want to give me their email and I'll send it to them? And sent it through the recruiter.
Excellent. Who else?
It was a repeated follow-up interview. On the first interview, I sent a thank you email. The second one, I did not follow up.
Okay, very good. Okay, so here's the deal. You know, I told you I come out of the world of sales. And so follow up, follow up, follow up. We have a term in sales we call the fortune is in the follow up. If you're not going to follow up, don't show up. Okay. Here's the deal about how people feel about salespeople and why follow up is so important. Somebody has allowed you their time to come to have a meeting, to work with their engineers or whatever, and then they don't hear from you again. So that's a waste of time for them, and truly it's a waste of time for you. So here's what I want to say to you about follow-up in interviewing. How many of y'all write handwritten thank you notes? Hello. How many of y'all get mail every day at your house? And if you went out to get the mail this evening, and let's just say there were 5 items in the mail, what would you open first? Handwritten. I don't even care if they open the envelope. They see it's from you, it's to them, it is your handwriting. A thank you note does not need to be War and Peace. Just a couple of sentences, genuine. I enjoyed meeting you. I was excited about this, that kind of thing. Hugs and kisses, Joe. Just send it. Just send it. I worked with a company once that they challenged us for 1 year to write 5 thank you notes a day. This gentleman owned the company and he was absolutely exasperated with his sales team that they did not appreciate their customers and what they did. And so, anybody ever write 5 thank yous a day? I still try to do it today, and it's been years. And, some of it are just encouraging. Somebody's having a bad time. It's not really a thank you kind of deal. And years ago, I had cancer, and people sent some of those notes I had sent to them to encourage them to say they hope my words encouraged me. There is something about the written word that resonates different. If you are not going to write, then email, I promise you, you must. That's got to be the least that you do is send an email, but you must follow up. Say thank you. How do you feel when you do something for somebody and they tell you thank you? Yeah. It's how it works. It's how our culture works. So thank you. Follow up always.
Hey, sorry, one point on
I'm so sorry.
the written thank you notes. What are the suggested logistics for it? Just because it's such a rare thing nowadays?
Yes.
You're not going to get someone's home address from an interview. So
Send it
you're
to
probably going to send it to their office,
Yep.
but a lot of offices don't even have snail mail routing anymore. So
They do.
do you recommend hand carrying it?
No.
Or
Mail it. It'll get to them.
okay.
Yeah. And thank you for that distinction. I just use the example for thank you notes in your own mailbox just because that's how we are. That's how other people are too. But yeah, send it to their office. Walt?
Yeah, I had a person who did something a little differently that might be of value, and I'll get your thoughts on it. He did a handwritten thank you note, took a picture of it, and sent it in an email.
Oh, yes.
Because he had the email, didn't have the address.
I love it. Making a note, Walt. Handwritten note photo. I'll be talking about that for eternity now, Walt.
And another comment on thank yous. I was helping an accountability group, and one person sent out an email, said, here's my 5 target companies. So I spent a couple of hours. I went to LinkedIn. I made screenshots of people. I had a little table of back then in LinkedIn, when you downloaded your connections and things in the request, they also sent the note that was sent along with the request. So I know when I met them, where it was, when I connected with them. So I sent them all that information. How do I know them? Are they a first degree or are they a second degree? All that. And I sent all that information to him. It was about 6, 7 pages of stuff. And I got an email back and said, thank you. And that's the last I ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you feel?
Yeah.
So if somebody helps you, saying that, give them the follow-up and thank you. They want to know,
yes,
how did they help us?
Absolutely.
And that's almost an essential. I think you're saying the same thing. I just want to back it up.
And one thing, Jeff, there's one more on the back there. One thing too, I want to say about that. So when I refer people to people, most of my referral sources are people I really, really know. Well, if you don't tell me that you had a meeting or, it went or you got the job or whatever, I may not know. And then the next time I see them, they say, Debbie, thank you so much for sending John. He's just great. I want to kill you. Just let me know. I don't even need, a personal thank you, but just let me know because I'm using these referral sources all the time. So you letting me know that it worked lets me know that it works and we can do it again. Yes, please.
I was going to say I also will send a written thank you note, but I'll take it into the interview with me. So I will take it into the interview with me and sometimes leave it with the front desk receptionist. Coming from an HR and TA background, that front desk receptionist, they do go to them and ask, how did they treat you? What did they say? Were they on time? Things like that. So I will leave that because also, especially in these days, everything is quick. And I don't like to a lot of times wait on snail mail because it might take 5 to 7 business days. By that time, the recruiter or the hiring manager is thinking, oh, well, this person didn't send me a thank you when you did, but it's in the mail. So I would also sometimes take the thank you note into the interview with me. If I felt like it went well, then I will leave it with the person, like you said. But if I don't, then maybe I won't leave it, but I will do that and take it with me.
I love that. That's brilliant. How many of y'all remember the company? It's Nokia now, but was DSC here in Plano? Sue Ashmore was their receptionist. And I was not, I was selling printed circuit boards. I was doing other business with them, but I hadn't been able to sell this. And so every day they were on my way home from work. I stopped in their lobby every day for 3 years. Yes. And Sue, to your point, knows even if I'd only been there once, was I on time? Did I know who I was asking for? What did I look like? All those kind of things and all. So Sue knew me. And so we just got together. And let me tell you, you may not know the CEO of the company, but if you know the receptionist, you might be in better shape. And on this one particular day, 3 years in, the manufacturing, one of the manufacturing facilities was right behind where their huge fancy lobby was. And anybody heard somebody hit a wood door flat with their hand, like anger, like boom, like even though, you feel it before you hear it. But the thing after the boom was my name. And I'm sitting like ladies do in the nice lobby. And so I'm scrambling up, and it is the head of quality engineering. He goes, there you are. I knew you'd be here. We shut down the entire East Coast today. What are you going to do about it? I'm thinking, well, what are your current suppliers doing about it? But they are the reason it shut down. And I said, well, sir, okay, I'll be here in the morning. And he went, sure. And he stomps back in. I get on the phone. All my guys, of course, are in California. I red-eye them in, stop at Walmart, make sure they have new ties and clean socks. And I have them lined up in the lobby like army people because my guy always parked in the same place every day, gets out of the driver's seat, opens the back door, puts on his jacket, looks in the window. He's cute, gets his briefcase, and he comes in. And they have all glass windows in that lobby. So he's walking up the sidewalk. He sees me and my guys, and he's all ready. He opens the door. Sue took one look at him, and she said, you've been had. He said, I suggest you do as she says. We walked him into the lobby. We did $10 million worth of business that week, and I hadn't done $1 in 3 years. If I'd done 1 million in 1 year, it would have been a great year. Sue Ashmore, receptionist. People are paying attention to you. What do they see? Okay, so we've got this.
Debbie, Jason's got his hand up online.
All right.
Jason?
Yeah, just wanted to. I mentioned on the messaging. I know there's some people that tout using video email. Have you done any of that, Debbie, or know anybody else that's had any success with that? I've heard people that some people that have used it have had really good success, like putting they have like their little name written on a little whiteboard or behind them, and they actually deliver an email with a video that really kind of creates, because they can see them visually. The visual thing is pretty amazing.
Well, let me tell you, I don't watch video very often. It takes too much time. I read a whole lot quicker. But I will say this to you. I would really think if the position was in the creative arts or creative anything, that things like that would really be appreciated because it's a way of demonstrating creativity. was something that you do regularly. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, for me, it's time. And I'm thinking if somebody is interviewing many people, to get a thank you note, they can open quickly and see, or an email they can quickly see. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'd just be careful who I did it with.
Yeah, and Jason, I mean, I think to me, the biggest downfall with the video thing is that personally, I don't click on any video links that I get in my email. And number two, a lot of companies restrict videos from being able to get into their system in the first place. So you've got to be very careful about how to do that. Okay, I'll go back and look.
Okay, one other thing I wanted to say to you, because we all are here in Dallas. Do y'all know Vint Cerf? Vint is the real father of the internet, and he's the global, I was going to say guru, that's not what he's called, but he's the guy at Google who's working on going to Mars. And Vint Cerf is very passionate about UTD's engineering school over here from all the years he was with MCI here. And he was in town. Vint still to this day wears a three-piece suit and a tie. No matter where you see him, he's very well groomed. And if you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't know who he was. And so he was speaking at UTD, and there were maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people in the audience. And so it's a nice stage. It has lights around the edge. And if you don't know, if you're the speaker, you can't actually see the audience because of the lights. And so Vint was talking about how he felt the written word, like writing paper, was even more important today because so much of history will be lost because of electronics, because of technology, it won't be saved. And so he asked the question to the audience, this is Vint Cerf, who in here scrapbooks? Let me assure you, no one moved. I don't even think they were breathing. It was just like, whoa. So he did kind of a 180 like this. And he's also ornery. He really has a wonderful sense of humor. So he walked across the stage and he stepped over the lights very carefully. And he went, perhaps you didn't hear me. This is an interactive exercise. I need hands. Who in here scrapbooks? And there's like 5 people, not like this, but he went, there you go. Now take a look at these people. Everybody up, keep your hand up, turn around. These are the people that will know the future. Yeah. And he stepped back and I thought, I can't believe it. And this just happened yesterday. My mom and my mother-in-law are both gone, and I had brought home all their things and I've been going through them. And yesterday I found an old Piggly Wiggly plastic grocery bag rumpled up and opened it, and all these cards were in there. Well, these cards were from my father-in-law's funeral. In a little tiny town, there were probably 300 of them. And they were written, some had letters, some had long notes in telling about him. And Vint Cerf told that night a woman was trying to write a book about Lincoln. And so she went across America to the little libraries in the small towns where President Lincoln had written a letter saying, thank you for having me. It was great being with you. I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate you supporting and all. And that's how she wrote that book, was from letters. So letters are important. Okay, so let me end with this. No matter what you're feeling, how you came in this door today, you are not alone. You have heard all these people, your friends online here, they would love to help you. Your 250 plus your 250, maybe 2,500 or 25,000. They will help you. And the joy about those 250 is every one of them know 250. And whoever's the math genius in here, you can help them with the numbers later. So it's a bunch. You are not alone. But what I always leave you with is how Jeff started. You do not have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great. Do something. You don't have to be great to get started. You do have to get started to be great. Thank you for having me today. Question? Anybody got a question?
No, I did not.
I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. The first question, first of all, thank you, Debbie. Although I was not in the room to mess with you. So you were safe. Thank you. Then my question is about when do we need to send thank you note? Only when we have positive feeling about the meeting, or every time?
Oh, I love you. I didn't say that, did I? Yes, I think a thank you note isn't just when you get the job. You know, it's when you've had an interview, you know, or like somebody's referred you, you know, that it's anytime. Yes. Thank you for asking that. Anybody else?
Thank you.
I will stay around if you have questions and you can ask me one-on-one. You know, let me just share this with you. This is my most dramatic ever. It happened at St. Andrews. I always say, I wish I could take you all home with me, but I can't. My husband won't let me. So the best I can do for you is to help you get a job so you can have your groceries. But St. Andrews, and I always do the same. I stay as long as you need me. I'm not in a hurry to leave. And people were standing in line and, you know, waiting. But there was this one gentleman, when it started, he was about the 5th person in line. But when it was almost his turn, he said to you, go ahead, you know, go ahead. And then the next person. And as it turned out, he was the very last person. So I looked around the room. There was only the leaders left and myself. I said, you know what? I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what this question is. And he said to me, Debbie, I have not told my family I'm unemployed. And tomorrow I'm losing my house. I went, what? You've got to be kidding, you know, kind of deal. And he said, no, again, the grace of God. I say to him, who is your mortgage through? He said, Bill Bank. And I said, Mr. Durham, I said, I will call him tonight. You will talk to him in the morning, but you have got to tell your wife that you are. He had gotten up every day and dressed for work and left the house every single day for months. So I called Mr. Durham that night at home and I said, we have a problem. Now, this is where you have good referral sources. We've known each other 20 years. I love him. He loves me. He used to work for Congressman Sam Johnson, if any of y'all remember him. I always thought Congressman Johnson was just extraordinary. And so this man was young when he worked for him. But anyway, I said, here's the deal. And it's what I just told you. And I said, I want you to talk to him. And I want you to figure out a way for him to keep his house. I will make darn sure he figures out how to get a job, and I need you to do it. And Jerry said the same thing first. He said, well, he has to tell his wife. I said, I already told him. So he talked to Mr. Durham the next morning. We saved his house that week. It still took him 3 more weeks to get a job, but you know, that's the deal. So whatever you're struggling with or whatever, somebody wants to help you, but you've got to tell us so we can help you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for inviting me today.
Debbie, thank you very, very much. All right, few more slides and we'll get out here. Next Friday, we will not have a meeting, being 4th of July. So we will do open forum in 2 weeks on the 11th. And we're going to do a special kind of thing, sort of following up with what we're doing today, is on the 11th, when we do open forum, when you come with target companies, we're going to ask everybody to go online, go on your LinkedIn and find, do you have any contacts at those particular companies? So how can we all help each other while we're meeting in 2 weeks? So when we come back in 2 weeks, and it'll be in the note, you know, bring your computer or laptop, or as long as you have your LinkedIn application on your cell phone, that you can look up and be able to search and see how we all can help each other. On the Career USA YouTube channel, this program will be uploaded later this afternoon. Click on playlist. Every video I put on there goes into a different playlist. You see the North Dallas group there in the bottom left. Click on view full playlist, because when you do that, up will come a list of all the different topics and titles we've got. In the upper right-hand corner, upper left-hand corner, interviewing, the 13-part workshop. If you've got questions about interviewing, there's 20 hours of material here to help you to be able to actually do a really great interview. So you can go back and watch any of those at your convenience. Next Tuesday, we will do LinkedIn Tuesday. Locke Alderson will be with us to talk about how to use LinkedIn for job hunting strategies to get results. The practice immune team will not be meeting in person. And I wondered yesterday, I went on the calendar and I went, oh, how come they're not listed for next Tuesday? That's a mistake. So I put them on there. So I will go home this afternoon and take them off the calendar for next Tuesday. And like I said, next Friday, we will not be meeting because of the 4th of July. All right, coming up, as I mentioned before, on the 11th, we'll do open forum. We'll see how we can help each other, bring your computers and stuff. And then on the 18th, Walt Glass will be with us to talk about selling ourselves in job interviews. Today, Country Burger. How many people think they may join us for Country Burger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, around 10 people. That'd be great. We'll see you all there in about 15 minutes. Thank you very much for joining us today, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Jeff. Happy 4th.